I'm Austin, the blind editor. Did you know that you can do basic 3D movements inside of Premiere Pro with just a few simple clicks? Well, let's jump into Premiere and I'll show you some of the cool things that you can do to spice up your still photos. Here's a quick example of what you can do with basic 3D inside of Premiere Pro. I just took two of these photos that I had taken with a couple friends and just put them on my timeline and added the basic 3D effect to give it a little bit of an extra something to the movement. You can do simple pans across and whatnot, but I feel like this adds an extra element and a little more dynamics to just a still photo. So let's check out what I've done here. If you go to the effects control, you can see that the effect that I put on here is titled Basic 3D, and you can get that in your effects panel. I type in all the effects that when I'm looking for them. That's my quickest way. But you go here, it's Basic 3D. It's under the video effects and then perspective. And you just click and drag that onto your layer just like you would any other effect. Let's just get rid of this clip altogether. This was the shot that I had. I'll put it back. It was kind of longer. It's about 10 seconds long. Select it, go to my effects panel, get my basic 3D, put it on there. And what basic 3D lets you do is it lets you turn it like this, which is under the swivel. It lets you tilt so you could come up. And then also you have your distance there. So what I did for this specific move was I added a little bit of a swivel, tilt it around something like that. It goes back a little bit too on my scale. So then I added a keyframe for position, scale, and swivel at the beginning, and I set where I want it to be. So I want it up a little bit, but I also want it over this way. So we'll say that's my starting point. It may not be exact to what I had before, but it's close enough. And so at the end, let me just turn off my video one layer real quick. And for my last part of the move, I want it to be bigger. I want it to be over here. And I also want the swivel to come around a little bit so it's a little more straight on. But we're not going to really see all that much of that because it's going to be off screen. So then I'll select all my keyframes and move it to the end of my clip. I'll right click. I'll add ease in, select my first keyframes, add ease out, and I'll just go back here and look at it. I kind of like that. It's slightly different than what I had before. But let me turn on my video one layer real quick. So you can see the video, the other photo you kind of saw pop up there. And what I did before was I did all my animation with the first layer, and then I added my second layer later. But something like that, I can just render it out real quick. Okay, it took about maybe a minute for that to render out. So I'll just play it back. It doesn't look bad. It adds more to it. I think it's nice. It gives it a different kind of reveal for the second photo, and it just adds a little bit of a different kind of thing to it. You can do this many different ways. Say if you liked the way that moved, you can always go in here and you can save this as a preset. I'll leave a link. I did a video on how to save these effects that you create into presets. I'll leave a link to that in the video description below so you can check that out in case you don't already know how to do that. I feel like this is a great method to use. It's an alternative to pan and scan or just the simple push in. It adds a little more dynamics to your work and you can do some really interesting things. I think you could do a lot of cool collage type photo things with this effect. If you had 3, 4 photos. You could have them all kind of moving across in different layers and just add something more to your work. So if you like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and follow me on Instagram at The Blind Editor. I post behind the scenes things. I also give teasers to new tutorials that I'm going to be doing and try to just get a feel for what you guys want to see. So if you're interested in that, go check out my Instagram page. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.